The question that a lot of people are asking is, will Gran Turismo 7 reincarnate the whole brand of Gran Turismo? Gran Turismo is an amazing game and an amazing franchise, but can it be reincarnated? And why I say this is, of course, Gran Turismo Sport is still a recent game, people still play it, but there was not as much adoption of Gran Turismo Sport as there was of Gran Turismo 6, 5, 4, 3, and so on. So, the question is, can Gran Turismo 7 reincarnate the Gran Turismo franchise? And I think it could. So there's a few things that are happening with the franchise that, at least with Gran Turismo 7, that could really blow up. And that is, of course, there is still that FIA Championship online racing part that, of course, we've seen in Gran Turismo Sport, and of course you can debate all you want about how the penalty system works and if you like it or dislike it, but what we really need to focus on is the game itself, the offline mode, or in a sense, the offline mode. Of course, this is going to be an online game, and that's what we see when it comes to the packaging, or at least some of the websites that we've really looked at. Even the official website says it needs to be online. And why is that? Well, the reason why it says online is because it needs to have the ability to back up its saves to the Polyphony Digital or the Sony servers, because they want you to save the game online. You're not going to be saving most of the game on your system, which is good and bad at the same time, because of course if your internet goes down, you're screwed. But at least what we see with Gran Turismo Sport is you can still race, you just can't have the server backup until of course that server becomes back online, or your internet service provider decides to want to work once again. Now, going from there, what we really want to look at is the other things that Gran Turismo 7 is offering versus what Sport didn't. And that is the ability to be able to go out and get cars that you would like and not just know that you're going to be getting a car every day for free. Now that's good. I like the car stores. I like to be able to look at them. And of course there's going to be a used car component to this as well, and we really don't know what that could bring us. That could be people selling their cars online, or that could be just some old rust bucket that you need to put money into to fix up. Either way, it's kind of an interesting concept, and I would really like to see how that works with the online component, because of course we've seen the used car dealership on Gran Turismo before, and it's an old rust bucket that you would fix up and have a cheaper car essentially for yourself in the game. But it would be kind of cool if you could then go and sell your own car, soup it up in a way that no other person may soup up or think of souping up a car, and you could make a lot of money in the game at that point. However, going from there, that would be kind of cool, but what else do people want to see in the new Gran Turismo? And that is the ability to not get cars for free all the darn time, but also being able to soup up your car. Yes, you can soup up your car in Gran Turismo Sport, but it's not the same. All you're doing is just saying, yeah, I want more horsepower, yeah, I want more torque, yeah, I want more handling, I'll change the gear systems around, I'll change the suspension, but that doesn't get into the fun of it. And what I mean by the fun of it is the ability to go out and say, hey, I want a new air intake, hey, I want a turbo in my car, I want a supercharger, I want to lower my car, I want to do just stuff in general, and it seems like we're going to be able to do that, which is fantastic. I'm excited for that. Another thing that a lot of Gran Turismo fans were upset about Gran Turismo Sport was the fact that with Gran Turismo Sport, there was not many, hardly none, basically zero of the original tracks. And this is something that we all wanted to see. We want to see racetracks like Trial Mountain. That is easily one of the most hyped tracks on Gran Turismo 7, so obviously they listened to everyone's complaint about Gran Turismo Sport, and of course they fulfilled their promise of bringing them back a game that is true to the franchise. So can Gran Turismo 7 live up to the hype? Yes, but it has to be done right. There cannot be any of these free cars that you get every turn in a game. Of course, there's going to be free cars when it comes to the driving school. There's going to be free cars when you beat a challenge. But if they're going to give us a free car if you go a couple of laps around a track, and that's it every single day, then that's not going to be too much fun, at least for myself, because I was not growing up in the time. Actually, I grew up in the time of the everyone gets a trophy for a basketball game, but it kind of sucks. Don't want to get trophies when you don't actually earn them. In the same, and it goes for Gran Turismo. You don't want to earn cars that you did not earn. Then going from there, we want to be able to see a lot of cars. There's always going to be those cars that you see online. Everyone drives them. Everyone drives that darn Volkswagen because it's the best handling and whatever. It's an overly powered car for what it is. We want to be able to have cars that are not necessarily equal to each other, but a car that everyone drives differently. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to be going up and saying, hey, I personally really like Mustangs, so I'm going to go enter this race, and then you end up going against everyone with Volkswagens because that Volkswagen is the best on that track. So I would really like to see some more cars that are closer to each other, but not so far apart that just everyone drives the same car, because that just seems silly to me. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed today's race, and I'll see you guys again next time.